What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another Smack Talk here with the Smack Talk of wrestling. You thought I forgot about it, but I didn't. I just, I was lazy. That's honestly what it was. Handy dandy notebook right here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Keep calm. Let your boy Matthew handle it. We're gonna get right into this video. SmackDown, some good stuff in there. There was some stuff that we just sometimes wish we just like sweep under the rug. The rolling loud place. You just wish that didn't happen. But besides that, SmackDown was some good stuff. Show opened with your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. Your boy John Cena, he was out here in the streets with this green outfit, and he talked. It was mostly just about him challenging Reigns, asking the people, who you get behind. You get behind me, you get behind him. He just used a whole bunch of different ways to say your team George or your team Sweatpants. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Somebody who you never liked, John Cena, Roman Reigns. Who do you like? And then he said, "Hey, speaking of Reigns, hey, where's your boy at? Where is your boy Roman Reigns in the streets?" He was like, "Hey, how about you to come on down? Give me an answer. Come on down." The crowd was cheering for him to come on down. I said, "Come on down." And he was like, "Please, pretty please, to come." No, okay, cool. And then Paul Heyman came out, of course, and he pretty much said no. He will give an answer about you later, but he don't come out on your time. He come out on his time. He's tribal chief. He come out when he say he come out, and then when he about to leave, he goes no, he go he goes back. I think that tickled Cena a little bit. I don't know if he was probably expecting that, because he kind of laughed a little bit when he did it. That was hilarious. The crowd thought that was hilarious. So yeah, that was good stuff to open up the show. John Cena, he was there. Finn Balor. Murder Balor comes out, has a match with Sami Zayn. This was good stuff. It was kind of short, but what they did in a short time, they was physical with each other. They was beating each other up. Sami was stomping them out. Finn Balor looked crisp as ever, and just so glad. It was weird, because they did this during this match, and they did this during the Toni Storm debut too. They both Cole mentioned a couple of times about he mentioned NXT. In this one, he said that Balor and Sami are both former NXT champions, and with the one with Toni Storm, he mentioned that she was a former NXT UK champion, women's champion. She was in NXT and NXT UK, and I don't know. I just find that weird, because obviously Karrion Kross was on Raw, and they sort of mentioned that he was NXT champion, even though he had the title. They kind of made a reference to him being champion. But with like Charlotte Flair, like, she's supposed to be technically a 13-time champion with the two NXT titles, and they only have her as an 11-time champion. They don't even count those titles. So it's kind of interesting. Like, they pick and choose when they want to use the NXT thing. Like, did they only use it for like the main titles? Like, do they use it for the tag titles and the main NXT titles? Or I don't know, because they mentioned it here, but they didn't mention it with Charlotte Flair and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, this was good stuff. Balor was on Sami for a good minute, and then Sami got the upper hand for a while. Balor came back. There was a thing where he went to do he was trying to do the exploder suplex, but Finn Balor kept trying to get out of it, and he went to take him out, and then he went to do his drop kick, his shotgun drop kick, but he caught him and ended up doing the exploder suplex. Sammy did a Blue Thunder Bomb, and Michael Cole called it a Michinoku driver. And then he tried to switch it up and say it was kind of a variation of both Michinoku driver and the Blue Thunder Bomb. And then Pat McAfee he's like, I'm not saying that I know anything, but the internet is telling me that you got it wrong. That was hilarious. But yeah, he got that on him. And then I don't know why he keeps calling the Blue Thunder Bomb a Michinoku driver, but yeah, he got that on him. Balor got 2 shotgun drop kicks on one side of the corner and one on the other side of the corner. Hit him with the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Then Balor wins. This is not the last time you see Finn Balor. Next up, poor Corbin. Poor Corbin. I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit. I will go into the Big E. He came out, big cheers, big pop for Big E. You deserves a chance. And Big E was talking about vaguely, well, not vaguely. What's the word? He was talking about it shortly, a little bit, talking about his journey and how much it took for him to do it and how much it means for him. And then Apollo Crews comes out. He interrupted him and said, he said, congratulations that you got the championship, but the briefcase, but you don't have no championship gold like I had championship gold. I beat you for championship. Ha 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 ha. He had a cool entrance thing that had the short swords and it was doing the thing. That was cool. And then I'm here, the Shadow World. Ziggler and Roode got big boy pop. That caught me off guard. They got a big pop. I guess it's because I haven't seen them in a while, so they got some love. And then Ziggler was like, if you want to be talking about the Intercontinental Championship, you need to be talking about the Dirty Dogs. I was like, wait, what? I was like, maybe you talk to Dolph Ziggler, maybe you, because you're like a 7-time Intercontinental Champion, or 6, I think. Bobby Roode not have the Intercontinental Championship. He had United States Championship. He has NXT Championship, but I don't really talk about that. They barely, unless you're Balor or Sami Zayn, I guess. But they don't talk about you as Intercontinental Championship because you never held championship. And I guess that's why Rick Boogs interrupted, because nobody cares what Roode has to say because he didn't win it. So Rick Boogs, he goes playing it really badly, and then they were singing, who is a former Intercontinental Champion, once or twice. Definitely once. I don't know if he had it twice. But yes. And then Cesaro comes out and he says, hey, I want Intercontinental Championship now. And then he goes in and all the baby faces, all the heels fight each other. And apparently there was a match, but we didn't get to see that match, which was a pretty fun match, I heard. What we got to see was Angelo Dawkins versus Chad Gable at the rolling airway place, that rolling place where Wale was at. He introduced the Street Profits. They didn't care about this match, which would make sense, because why would you care about this match? Like, it was a solid match. The match was fine for what it was, but I don't think the crowd really cared because they're not a wrestling crowd. So, like, if it was me, I would put somebody like, give me like Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. Give me that. Give me some of them in there. Give me one of those guys in mind. So give me some people who could do some high flying flippity dippity, clippity clippity. Give me some people from 205 Live to get on that SmackDown and put on a banger match. Oh yeah, give me some of that. But giving me a Dawkins versus Gable 4-minute match, and then give me a Bianca Belair and Carmella 6-7 minute match. You could have just made one of those matches into one long match, and probably would have been better. But yeah, Dawkins won with a sky high thing. He did a sky high thing. I did like that Wale. Every time that Chad Gable would do something, Wale would go boo. It's funny. Then Bianca comes out, and then she faces Carmella. I think not Corey Graves. Michael Cole said something about she said that she wanted a rematch because she said that she cheated because Bianca used her hair, and then Cole smartly said, "Yeah, but if she wouldn't have to use, try to use her hair against her, she wouldn't have to use her hair." And then the match that they had was shorter than the match last week, and she didn't even use her hair. She just won. Okay. And then Bianca had Trae Young from the Atlanta Falcons, who the crowd cheered for, and then when they realized he wasn't actually there, he was on the Tron, they booed. So there you go. They're gonna have a pay-per-view in Atlanta, the first on that Saturday, like the first January 1st, 2022. There's gonna be a pay-per-view that Sunday or that Saturday. So yeah. So back to this Corbin thing. Oh, so good. So earlier, Corbin is having an interview with Kayla, and is asking how he was doing. He was like, it's so horrible. He's like, he used to be on top of the world, and now I had to take a bus. You know what it was like to take a public bus? Ugh. He's like, what happened to me, Kayla? And then he wanted to walk away, come back from that horrible, that stuff that happened at the rolling place. Kevin Owens is with Chauncey and Tegan, and they're trying to fix the tank. Something happened with the shot part of the tank, and Kevin Owens is just looking. He was like, "Have you tried hitting it with the hammer?" And he was like, "Yeah, we tried it. It did not work." He was like, "Well, that's all I got. Sorry." Then he walked away. He saw Corbin there, and Corbin pretty much was like, "Hey, man, I just really wanted to apologize for last week. Force a habit. Sorry, bad habit." It's like, yeah, you kind of been having bad habit for like 8 years. He's like, you keep doing bad things to people, this is the result. People don't start to like you. He's like, yeah, no, I understand. I'm trying to, I'm really sorry. Trying to be better, and that's what I'm trying to, ask, offer your apology. And then Kevin Owens goes, is that the same shirt from last week? He's like, yeah, well, it's not the same snap to shame shirt. I just got another stains, just ketchup. He's like, yeah, I just spaghetti sauce and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this poor man. He's like, yeah, man. He's like, I just, really need your help and all this time in need and all this stuff. And then Kevin Owens was like, all right, cool, whatever. Good guy Owens took out his wallet. I think he apologized for the wardrobe. He's like, it's not that bad. And then he gave him, maybe $80, $100. He gave him some good money. He was like, oh, thank you. And then he walked away. Oh. And then the missile works, so it pops Corbin in the nuts. He fell. The money fell. And then Rude and Ziggler comes out of nowhere and then takes the money and pockets him. That was hilarious. And then Kevin Owens gets a steel chair and starts, fends him off. That was hilarious. Yo, low key, Corbin might come out in some t-shirts. Oh, by the way, because Kevin Owens likes to sport other people's gear. He was rocking I think it was a Viking Raiders shirt, which was a dope shirt. I think last week he had another shirt. He was rocking another wrestler shirt. It might have been his, but he likes to rock other people's merchandise when he's out there. Biggie does the same thing. I think the New Day as well. Like the New Day in general rock other wrestlers' merch and stuff like that. But that was a hilarious segment. I like everything about that. Next up, this was good stuff. Edge comes out. People love some Edge. Big pop. He comes out pretty much talking about how he was supposed to be the winner of the, he had Roman's number. He had everything figured out about Roman. He was going to tap him out. He had the Mysterios just in case the Usos get involved. He should be Universal Champion. I think the crowd booed a little bit when he said that. But he said, of course, all Seth Rollins' fault. Flippity dip Seth Rollins. He said, he thought that Seth Rollins, would have wanted him to be champion because he thought it would have been easier to take the title off him. He said he would have been wrong, but that's probably the thought that he would have thought he had. And then he said that this goes off 2014, however many years that is, 7 years I think, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, look at that, 7 years. 7 years from then, where they had that interaction and Seth Rollins put his foot on his neck but didn't finish the job. He said now he wants to try to do that now. He calls him out. Seth Rollins comes out, burn it down. Crowd pops big because people, they love them some Seth Rollins. Suit on flick. He comes out, of course, laughing. Ha ha! Oh yeah, silly goose. He pretty much says, you think I'd come out here and I complain? I'd come here. I was gonna come out here and talk about the crowd, how terrible the crowd is, how terrible you are, how much that you and John Cena just comes out here whenever you want to just demand title shots over somebody like me who's be here every week earning these title shots, which you don't. And he pretty much reiterated about how much he didn't like him, how much that he should have finished his neck off 7 years ago when he has the chance, but he's going to do it now. He's going to hesitate, and he gets close and he goes bang, like that, neck off, bang bang. Does a little Mick Foley, bang bang, neck off, no more neck, ha ha ha. And then they brawl a little bit because Ed said, "Oh, hey, I'm not going to hit you," and then he said he lied. And then they start fighting, and then I think he hit an execution, which was a dope execution on Seth Rollins. That was dope. And that was the segment. Their match at SummerSlam is going to be fire! Next up, Toni Storm debuts versus Zelina Vega. You can guess how this ended. Toni Storm wins, because she does. Good stuff. The match itself was fine. Zelina Vega is very good. Hopefully she'll start picking up some wins because she's very good. Maybe her and Liv Morgan, as I could keep saying, will become a tag team, and they get in the tag team division and they maybe win the titles. I would like to offset tag team of Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega. But yeah, there was some cool back and forth. Toni Storm wanted to go for Storm Zero, but that didn't work out. Zelina kicked that, or she fought her way out of that one. And then she hit, they call it the Storm 1 now. It's the move that she used on Zoe Stark at NXT. She like lifted her up. She did like a spinning DDT type thing. It was dope. It was like a spinning cutter. It was like a cutter, but when she did it to Zoe Stark, that looked like a DDT, but it was like an up spinning cutter. Thing was fire. So they called that the Storm 1, and Pat McAfee did reference that. It went from Storm Zero. It was a Storm Zero. Well, she upgraded from a Storm Zero, which was her old move, to Storm 1, which is her new move. So, again, continuity in NXT for SmackDown, but somehow on Raw it doesn't exist. Next up, Jimmy and Uso versus Dominic. Jimmy wins. This was solid stuff again. Rey Mysterio was active with Jey Uso. Every time Dominic got an advantage, Jay would try to get in there, and Rey Mysterio would take him out. Dominic did some splashes. He gets some good love from the crowd, so that's always good. Some good splashes, some good DDTs in there. There was something at the end that was a little weird. I think Dominic tried to do like something on an apron. I think it was supposed to be reversed into like a Samoan drop or something like that. But they just like, he kind of slipped off of them, so they kind of like had to like maneuver getting up on the shoulder and reversing it into like a roll up. Something weird like that happened. And they did the foot thing. Jay did the foot thing to Jimmy for him to get the win again. So yeah, that was a fun match. I did like the part where Dominic thought he had everything. He got off of Jay, and then he did like a springboard. He did like a springboard move, and then Jimmy hit him with a super kick, and he kicked at it too. I was like, oh, sugar. That was good stuff. Then followed by Roman Reigns comes out. They all pose looking Oh, I can't wait for Naomi to debut on SmackDown. Oh, to be with them and they all hold gold. Oh, it's gonna be great. But anyways, yeah, Roman Reigns comes out. He talks about Cena's challenge. He said, "Oh, Roman Reigns is great." So he comes out and he pretty much said, he said, "Cleveland, oh, acknowledge me." He's like, "People at home, acknowledge me." He's like, "That's what John Cena did. John Cena acknowledged me at Money in the Bank. He acknowledged me on Raw. He acknowledged me earlier tonight on SmackDown." He's like, and honestly, Paul, I wanted to acknowledge John Cena. I really did. Hollywood had me fooled with all these different personas of him. I thought he was going to come back a new man. But he came back the same old music, the same old green colorful clothes, the same old promo, the same old hype thing. He was like, that's not the John Cena I wanted. He's like, if I wanted that John Cena, I would have Googled 2005. He was like, it's like Missionary. You do the same thing over and over again. He said Missionary was boring. He said John Cena was Missionary position. Oh my God, you know Paul Heyman loved that. He held the title up to that. The crowd started cheering. He held the title up. He was like, you know, the tribal chief. He's like, we ain't do that. The head of the table. And everybody started cheering because they know. He was like, we crack them, we stack them over here. So the little challenge to John Cena, my answer is no. Crowd started booing. And then after that, everybody looked. Finn Balor's back. I told you he'd be back. I just didn't tell you when. And the thing, he comes out. Paul Heyman whispered to Roman Reigns, "He's here to acknowledge you, Tribal Chief." And Roman's like, he comes down. He does that. And music stops, and Roman goes, he's like, "My special counsel here informed me that you were coming down here to acknowledge me." And then Finn Balor was like, no, I'm not here to acknowledge. He's like, acknowledge me. Yes, acknowledge me. And then he was like, I'm not here to acknowledge you. He's like, if you don't want to accept Cena's challenge, maybe you'll accept mine. Oh, the girl went crazy and so did I. I was like, yes. And then Roman Reigns started left. The crowd was chanting, yes. Finn Balor, the guy. And then the crowd started, and then he was starting to whisper in his ear. And then the crowd started chanting, Roman scared. And Roman Reigns plays to the... I'm scared of me. Hold that title up. Head of the table. You scared of him? Paul, he was whispering. He's like, bring it down. I accept. Ooh, he's about to get Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm so hype. Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. Oh, yes. So that's going to happen sometime during SmackDown. My guess is this match is going to be fire, because it should be. And then John Cena is probably going to cost Roman Reigns the match. Finn Balor is probably going to be the first person to pin Roman Reigns in a very, very long time. So Finn Balor is going to get that win on John Cena, on Roman Reigns. Probably going to be some type of roll-up win, and then Roman Reigns is going to get mad, and then he's going to accept John Cena's challenge at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns is going to beat John Cena, and then Finn Balor is going to come back. Hey, remember that time I beat you? I want my rematch. And then they're going to have a rematch, and then shenanigans. And then Demon Balor, probably more shenanigans, and that'll be the end of that. But it's going to be fire. Unless Finn Balor beats Roman Reigns. Hey, I'm just saying. Or maybe it'll be the time for maybe they'll do a match, and then maybe Big E cashes in, pins Finn Balor during the match. Big E wins. Big E gets the title for a little bit, and then I don't know if Cena's gonna stay. Cena probably won't stay, but then you'll have Big E as champion. Then you'll have Finn Balor in that main event scene. You'll have Seth Rollins, and you'll have Roman Reigns. I'm just saying. Even for a couple of months, I'll take Roman Reigns as champ. I'll take Big E as champion, even for a couple of months. But that was the show. I thought this was a solid B plus show. Besides the roaring crowd, and I think that they were in wherever they were, Atlanta, wherever they were. This was good stuff, man. I enjoyed it. Everything with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns was greatness. Baron Corbin stuff is fantastic. I love everything about that. Edge Seth is gonna be fantastic. Oh, and Edge too. If Edge decides he wants to stay, he'll be number 5 in that too. So there's always that too. That's if he catches it on there. But Toni Storm, good stuff to see what she does. Hopefully Zelina Vega and maybe Liv Morgan will be a tag team. Yeah, that's really it. I guess we'll see what's next for Bianca Belair. Maybe it is Naomi. Maybe she comes back on SmackDown, turns heel, or maybe she'll face Sasha Banks. Maybe she'll beat Sasha Banks, and then Naomi makes her, comes back at the end, and then attacks Bianca, becomes heel, joins Bloodline. I don't know. We'll see. There'll be a couple of things to see what happens, but yeah. That's it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff in the book. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.